Sabah everybody and welcome back to the channel. Allo is finally available from Google. They announced it at Google I/O and we've had Duo for some time for video chat, but now we're able to actually get in touch and actually interact with the Google Assistant. This is TK and let's go ahead and check out Allo. The application is available for you guys to download today. If you're not able to find them in the Play Store, I'll give you guys a link in the description below to be able to download it off of APK Mirror. But if you're running an iOS, just look up Google Allo in the App Store, directly download it, and then open it up. And if you're on Google or any kind of Android-based device, just go ahead and look up Google Allo. If you're pre-registered, it will notify you that Allo is available, and then just go ahead and open it up. The main interface is very simple. It's white. There's not much customization other than the fact that you can basically look on the left side and you can see essentially that the accounts that you have and the phone number that you have assigned, and you can go into settings on both tabs. Going into the settings, we have making message sound, notification sound, of course, which is currently bongo. You can vibrate, always download media, and then it is connected to a specific Google account, which you need to actually kind of assign. Now, this is a little bit redundant because in a way it's connected to your Google account, but it also is connected to your phone number, as you have to authenticate this when you turn it on, and it sends you a code via SMS. So one thing you want to be careful here is if you install this application on a new device with the same credential, let's say same phone number, it will disconnect this one and it'll give you a message saying, sorry, Google Allo was installed on another device, you can no longer install it or use it here. You do have access directly to the Google Assistant right out of the box. Have here, same thing, we can start a conversation with it and we can start a new chat at the bottom. The main one thing I wanted to show you guys is you can basically use this as a text messaging application. I'm going to scroll down a little bit from the top and just show you some of the options that we have. I started this conversation with both of my devices without actually typing anything. And I say that because the first time I tried to say something, it suggested something for me to say, and that took me directly into a conversation, and I wanted to see how far I can take it. So it started with, hello, how are you? I'm good, and you? And it says, doing all right, and then that's good to hear. All of these things were suggested, and then it says, what's going on with you? Not much. You? Nothing much. So all the way up to this point, I didn't say anything. I just used the suggestions, and this is very nice, especially for quick replies. If you're generally in the mood that what it's saying, that's good. You can record and send actual voice messages, and this is what I kind of did. On the Android, you just basically press and hold and then start saying something to be able to say hello, 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 let it go, and it'll go and it'll send it as a message, and it'll show up at the end of the list, of course. So here it tells me there's a new message, and I can just go ahead and play it. So easy to send voice messages, easy to send text messages. Of course, we still have the ability of interacting with our voice dictation, so we have that both here on Android and on iOS. Emojis are a little bit different in Android and iOS. iOS has built-in emojis to our keyboard, so the emojis are sitting right there. On the Android side, you do have the ability of interacting with it here from the section. So you'll notice the options that you have are slightly different between Android and iOS. You do have the ability of changing the emotion, or actually the feeling behind the word. You'll notice the three dots start showing on the right. I can press and hold the send and then make it bigger. It'll send it at a much bigger array. And I'm going to say hello, and I'm going to say the same thing, but I'm going to make it into a smaller font. You'll notice on iOS we don't have that slider. It does give us the same effect, but we don't get the slider the way we have it on Android. Again, it still works. It works the same way. Both do support stickers, so you have the ability of going into your pictures. You can go into the sticker pack, and you can download additional sticker packs directly from the right side, and you can see these are the ones that I have installed. I can uninstall them here. I can add additional ones depending on the list that you'd like, but they're both customizable in that way. And then, of course, you can go back by just hitting back here on the Android side, bringing up the keyboard again. And then on the iOS, you just have to kind of get back out and go back in. Very easy to use. Again, a very nice conversation, simple. You can look up certain things. I was trying to do some different options here. I said I wanted to go out to have lunch, and I said, would you like to have Chinese food? And that was the keyword that I had here, and it showed the same thing on this side. And the main benefit here, of course, is it helps you with what you want to do. Let's say you're trying to organize a lunch or a dinner with some friends. You can go in, you can see the different restaurants available. Now, I selected Payway, which is the first option here, and it showed it for me here. But on this side, let's say the other person wants to go to just regular Panda Express, and it's going to bring up the same information, except that it's going to be more related to the other side. So I'm suggesting Panda on this side, I'm suggesting Payway. Both are Chinese food based. I can get directions, pictures, menu, fast food options, Asian restaurants in the area, and I can just say Asian restaurants, and it'll go in and it'll bring up other different restaurants that are in the area. So there's other Chinese restaurants that didn't come up in the original option. Main thing again, you can interface directly with Google Now. You can go here and it'll open up Google Now, open up the same results, or you can even go to Google Maps and it'll take you directly there. And if you wanted to be able to basically navigate to that, we'll be able to go straight to that. Very, very nice, very easy. Let's go back out one way. Oops. Let's go back here and I'm going to take us back into Allo. And oh, I realized I'm actually in. So we never actually did leave on the Android side. We never did leave the application. That was very interesting. On the iOS side, because the way Google installs or runs their application, we did have to jump applications, but on the Android side, I was actually still in the Allo application. As far as the Google Assistant, which is very, very nice, you have the ability of interacting with it in different ways. You can ask it for news, action, going out, weather, travel, games, anything that you'd normally be able to ask Google Now, you can ask it here. You can also do lookups. So you can just say, if you just go in there and just say at, well, let's see. Oh, actually we are chatting. So I'm just going to say lookup, weather, and then I'm going to say for San Francisco. Here you are, San Francisco. Let's go ahead and send it. And it's going to come back with San Francisco weather, and it's going to give me that it's 56 degrees currently, and we're able to interact with it. And of course, at the end, one last thing I want to mention to you guys, you'll notice there's a thumbs up, some thumbs down. This is just a way of giving Google back feedback just to let them know that this is actually a good result or a bad result. You can also look up persons on Twitter, on YouTube, depending if you know their handle, and it'll bring up some videos options, or at least some things that you're able to do with them. Allo looks very promising. Now, again, I showed you guys on the iOS and on the Android side, just to kind of give you the understanding of how it's going to look like for you, regardless of which operating system that you're using. The main thing you want to be aware of is make sure you're running the latest version of your software, go directly into the App Store or the Play Store, download the application, check it out. You do need to activate it with a phone number, so it's kind of connected to your Gmail account and your phone number at the same time. I'm not sure why we're having this double authentication, because again, Hangout only uses the Gmail account options, and then Messenger only used the option to use your text messages, but it never validated your account. So now we know that it works, and it only works on one device at a time. So if you're trying to use this on multiple devices like Hangout works, unfortunately this isn't going to work. But it does work. It looks very, very nice. I'll give you guys, again, links in the description below to be able to go directly for the Apple Store or the iStore or Apple Store, whatever. And then, of course, the Play Store. And if you're running on Android and you're able to sideload application, I'll also give you guys access to the APK Mirror site so you can download and install it. If it doesn't work out of the box for you and you're outside of the US, please be patient as it's rolling out slowly across the world. So it may be just a matter of a couple of days or so for it to just be functional in your system, in your country at least. Thank you very much for the support. Like and subscribe as usual. And you know what? I'll see you guys in the next one.